Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, then welcome. My name is Allie, and in today's video, we'll be doing a Halloween shop and haul. So I'll bring you along with me today as we shop for luxe, spooky, elegant Halloween decor that gives your home that haunted mansion charm without going creepy or gory. We will be visiting Michael's, TJMaxx, and HomeGoods, and then I'll even show you guys a couple of places online where I sourced some of my favorite, elegant, haunted mansion inspired pieces that will bring that moody magic into your home. Then I'll take you home to share my Halloween haul and give you guys a ton of styling tips to create that moody, magical atmosphere this Halloween season. Whether you're decorating for a cozy October evening or you're planning a glamorous haunted gathering, you're going to love these finds. If you like videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you have your notifications turned on so that you never miss a video. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it and leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think. So without further ado, let's go shopping. Okay, so we are getting started at Michael's. They have so much in the way of that haunted mansion kind of feel that I'm going for. I think Michael's was my favorite. They just had pieces that looked really high-end and elegant, and if you blend them into your current Halloween decor, like for example, these hanging planters, you could take plants that you already have and just swap out your planters to give that spooky vibe. I also loved that they had a lot of options that were great for styling bookshelves or maybe popping onto your wall, replacing current wall decor. And I really did love this black candelabra. There's something about a candelabra on the season of Halloween that really just brings that elegant and moody factor. Sculptural pieces like this just bring in that mysteriousness. I like how this one is tall and sleek and it's LED, so it does light up. This vintage Halloween bow I thought was so beautiful. I thought this was a really great way to pretty up your Halloween decor but still keep things in the mood for Halloween. I love the feel of these leaf scrolls. I could style these on our coffee table, maybe sitting on top of a stack of books. And this creepy man wall decor, would this not be such a fun way to update your gallery wall temporarily during the season? I'm also loving this skull wall fountain, and if you already have a hanging basket with some greenery, I would consider swapping it out with something like this just for the season of Halloween. Another really cool find was this lace lamp cover. I love items like this because they're just an easy way to just add that extra feel for Halloween. You can change the lighting without really doing much. And I always love a good Halloween tree. I think that it's just another fun way to add some texture and greenery. And speaking of greenery, I loved this dark green leaves stem. I think that they're the perfect level of moody, gothic to mix into your decor. Moving on to TJMaxx, they had a lot of really cute pieces for Halloween, so if you like things being a little bit more uplifted, a little bit more playful and fun, TJMaxx is definitely a great place to look. I loved these skull coasters. Again, it takes something that you might already use every day, and you can just swap it out for something creepy for the season. They had a lot of things like diffusers and candles to just add that extra element of scent for the season. And I also really did like this frame. I like the vintage feel. I love the skeletons. This rattan ghost was adorable. I could see this popped up on a kitchen counter or maybe in a hallway on a console table. This skeleton pillow was so cool, and I think that if you want to bring a little touch of Halloween into your master bedroom, this would be a great addition to your current bedding. Heading over to HomeGoods now, very similar to TJMaxx, but they did have some items that gave that haunted mansion kind of feel, like their items from the Martha Stewart line. I really loved those taper candles. The rattan witch hat was so cool. You could even use this as a table centerpiece, and I really love that it has that little bit of warmth with the rattan. Adding pieces of glam like this, like these gold spider taper candle holders, is a great way to just bring that seasonal feel to your tablescape, maybe mixed in with some other black taper candle holders, all at different levels. And I do love books like this. I think they just make a really cool addition to a bookshelf. And these mini ornaments would go great on that tree that we just saw over at Michael's. This is an awesome serving piece. The only challenge would be storage for me, but it is so cool for entertaining and having a party for Halloween. All right, so we are back home now, and I cannot wait to share with you guys the items that I found. I'm so excited to put them out this year. So we are going to start with Michaels. And the first item that I saw from Michaels that I had to grab this year is this gorgeous wall art. Look at this print, it's so moody. I love that we're just seeing the behind shot of the witch, so you can't see a face or anything. It's just a silhouette, and I think that that's what makes it feel a little bit more upscale and elegant and less creepy, is that it leaves more to the imagination. I love the shadows in it. I love the brush strokes, and it's a great size. So you can, of course, replace any art that you maybe currently have hanging on your wall with a piece like this, but this is also a great layering piece. So you can layer this on a console table if you like, and then maybe get a smaller piece of Halloween artwork and layer that in a little bit off to the side. And that would just give a really pretty effect. Something like this in an entry space for Halloween is just such a cool way to invite the season into your home. It even has like a touch of orange down here. You can even see like a little bit of fall leaves at the bottom with that touch of orange. And because Michaels and a lot of these stores actually have sales going on right now, this was a great time to purchase a piece like this. The second item that I picked up from Michaels is this lace lamp cover. How cool is this? This to me is such a perfect Halloween find. I love finding items like this because I don't have to do anything really to my existing home decor. I don't have to move it around. I can just take this out of the package and you just drape it over your lampshade. It works twofold because it creates a visual spooky effect, but it also changes the lighting in your home, which I think is really cool to do around the season of Halloween. It makes things a little bit dimmer, a little bit spookier, but you can see that it just adds like a really nice creepy effect. So this actually goes around your lampshade. You can see that it has these holes up top, and it comes with a ribbon. This is a great thing to do if you're having a party and you don't want to spend a lot of money on decor. This was only $9.99 and then it was discounted, but it's one of those fast, easy ways to just switch things up and change the vibe instantly with something very small. One of the things that I always like to introduce in my home decor are items that are sculptural. That's just another category that really just helps to add depth in your home decor. So I found this little crow at home. I thought that this guy would look really cool just placed on top of a stack of books, maybe on my coffee table, maybe styling it also on my bookshelf, propping it up on a stack of books there, maybe using it as a little bookend. These small accents are great to add into little vignettes. So even if you're styling something maybe on the end of your kitchen island and you have some candles, maybe you have like a Halloween floral, and then you just pop this guy next to it. It just brings in that extra layer and really creates a spooky moment. And if you're somebody who doesn't necessarily like a lot of Halloween decor, what I like to do is I like to first decorate for fall and then layer in pieces for Halloween that can last just for maybe the month of October. And then once Halloween's over, I can just take them out and everything looks great for fall again. So this is a great piece to use for something like that. Maybe you don't want a lot of black, dark Halloween stuff, but you just want like a little pop to give a nod to the season. Excellent piece for something like that. And I did pick up some more taper candles. I showed these last year in my Decorate With Me video, so I'll link that for you down below for more ideas. But they did have, again, more of these skeleton taper candles. Now these are really cool in my opinion because they are metallic. So I like to add pops of metallic anyway in my home decor, but I think it just adds like a really fun metal element when it comes to decorating for Halloween. And you can see the details of these guys. These are the bleeding candles, meaning that when you light them, the wax inside drips red. So if you're having a party and you really want to just like take it a little bit more up a notch of being a little bit more spooky for the season of Halloween, then you can light them. I have glass taper candle holders that I use year round, as well as black wrought iron taper candle holders that I also use year round. So swapping out your regular prettier candles and putting in something like this just for the month is a really great way to switch things up without having to do like an overhaul. Moving on now to TJMaxx, they had one item there that I could not leave there, and that was this landscape ghost artwork. How adorable is this? Again, I love it because it signals the season, but not in a creepy way. So you can pop this up on your bookshelf or on maybe a shelf in your kitchen even, but just having the little ghost there, I think is such a fun, sweet way to invite the season. I mean, how could you be mad at this little guy? Look how cute he is. I love the gold frame around it. It has a crackled kind of vintage feel in the frame. This is another piece that is great for layering. So if I bring back that witch print that I picked up from Michael's and then I pop this one next to it, I think that could make for a really cool styled moment on your console table. I like the contrast between the two frames. Just an idea. This is great for layering, or again, if you just have a small shelf that you just want to pop a little something up to signal the changing of the season, this is a great way to do it, and it's super affordable. Moving on to Amazon, this is one of the items that I've purchased in years past, but I did want to show it because it's still available, and I put these out every year. It is these floating taper candles. These are so cool and they have such an awesome effect, especially at night. If you want to add a little bit of extra lighting and you really just want something that's fun, maybe going down a hallway, which is usually where I put mine. They come with this wand and you can just take it like a remote and turn them on and they will all click on beautifully. This is just a really fun thing to have in your home. They give off like this really eerie kind of orange light to them. I put command strips on my ceiling, just little command hooks that come off and on super easy, and then just attach these to the command hooks. I like to put them maybe at different heights. And I purchased these several years ago because my daughter loves Harry Potter and we threw her a Harry Potter party. And then I just left them on my ceiling because Halloween was just a couple months later. They are super cool for Halloween. I use these every single year and I actually cannot wait to hang them up again for this year. Another really cool item on Amazon that I picked up this year for Halloween is a little box of these resin skulls. These are awesome for bowl filler, and I actually used these for a DIY that I'll be sharing with you in just a couple of weeks. It is awesome. It turned out so good, but these are just a really creepy, realistic little accent that you can use as bowl filler, maybe around a candle, maybe in a glass jar. You can pop it on a counter and on a vanity, maybe in your powder room. Mix these in with your potpourri. They add that extra touch in your home that gives that intentional, curated feel. And it's all in the details. So especially if you're hosting, something like this can just be a really fun way to add in another layer for your guests. This comes in a little box. There are 20 pieces in the box, but they're just a really cool find for Halloween. Another great find for Amazon on Halloween that is a small item that you can just incorporate into your already existing decor is black velvet ribbon. I like to use this velvet ribbon in the same way that I use velvet ribbon around the holidays. So maybe that's just tying it around the top of a cutting board or using it as an accent for a wreath. But there's just something about black velvet that feels very gothic, very sophisticated gothic. You can tie a black velvet ribbon maybe around a stack of books on your bookshelf just to give it that Halloween vibe. It keeps things pretty while adding a little bit of texture. I did also use this for a DIY that's coming soon. So again, make sure to be on the lookout for that. Subscribe if you aren't already. It's so cool and I cannot wait to share it with you. Another item that I'll be sharing from last year that I am always going to work into my Halloween decor because I just absolutely love them are these eyeball orbs. These are so cool. So what I usually do with them is I have a large glass cloche. And I've seen cloches now all over. I know that Hearth and Hand has one in their fall line that I saw at Target. I have a large one. You can pick them up online at a place like Amazon. But what I did last year is I put a bunch of these in that cloche. They come in a set of 8. And I mixed them in with some Spanish moss. And I just popped that up on our mantelpiece. And it looks so cool. I think what I might do this year though is I might style a whole bunch of these maybe in a nice bowl on my kitchen island. And I might do the same thing, just put some Spanish moss in it, mix it in with some green and brown Spanish moss, and just kind of have these peeking out in all different directions. They come in 2 different sizes, so you have a small and a large, but just look at the detail on them. They have like a realistic kind of feel. You can even see that they have eyelashes here. Just again, a really cool way to bring in that spooky factor, but without things being like overly gory or like bloody or overly done. These are just super cool. Another great item also from Grandin Road are these really cool hands. They come with a lantern so that you can pop maybe like a votive candle in here. And you can see from the back that you are actually able to hook these onto the wall so that they look like they're coming out of the wall with the lantern hanging from them. It's just super cool. Honestly, I don't plan on making extra holes in my wall for this, and it's a little bit heavy with the lantern. But what I do plan on doing is I like to style these sitting up like this on a table. And we usually do Halloween every year. We have a little party here before we go trick-or-treating. And I like to place this on our table and set the lantern like this. And usually I'll have one flat on the table and maybe I'll prop the second one up on like a pedestal bowl. And it just looks like there's a hand coming out of the table. It gives that extra Halloween effect. This I think would also look really cool on a bookshelf. Again, it brings in that haunted mansion style feel without going over to the gory side. Speaking of items that are great for a bookshelf, I do also have this really cool piece, also from Grandin Road. Look at the detail on this. You can prop this up on your bookshelf and lay it flat like this. You can turn it like this, but this is a dragon's eye. If you want to, again, just raise that spookiness up a little bit, I'm gonna share with you what it does. It's motion censored, so you can turn down your sound for a minute because it might be just a little bit loud. So I prepared you. So here we go. I put this on our coffee bar and freaked out my husband before he knew that it actually did this, and I think he jumped 30 feet. Like a picture frame, it has this piece back here so that you can actually just lean it on its own if you want. And I think that this would also be really cool in an entryway. But if you're having a Halloween party and there are people coming who really enjoy this kind of thing, you can turn it on and set this up in your entryway and just have it greet your guests as they enter. Moving on to HomeGoods, I definitely found a lot of different items at HomeGoods over the course of the last maybe month or two, starting with this throw blanket from Rachel Zoe. I really love the Rachel Zoe products that I tend to find at HomeGoods. I find that their quality is really good. This is just a really neutral find, and I love that it does have orange in it, but it's in subtle accents, and in this case, it's actually a flower, so it keeps it pretty. I love the chevron pattern in it. It also has a really cute fringe detail on the end, and I think it would just go really nicely with our couch area. And that's another great way to pull in something that makes a bigger impact, but is very cost effective and really doesn't require a lot of storage, is just to keep the layout of your couch, but just swap out a throw blanket or maybe get a pillow cover and change that out. I love doing that with each season, so this was just a really fun one for Halloween. Also from HomeGoods, I picked up this really cute print. How adorable is this ghost print? I love it. I think I'm gonna add it to our coffee bar area. You can add it to your kitchen. You can pop it up on a shelf. It's just very sweet and elegant, especially in the vintage looking frame. I love that it has like a little bit of browns in the background. This was an instant add to cart. I saw this and I was like, yep, that's mine. I have to have it. It's adorable. He is holding an espresso martini. It's got the coffee beans in it. And overall, it's just a super cute piece. So I've mentioned a lot on my channel that I really don't like burning a lot of candles in my home. Usually I go with battery operated candles just because we have kids and it's really hard to find like a clean line of scented candles. But I really do love the Sensational line at HomeGoods, and I've mentioned this on my channel before. The Sensational line comes out with different scents each season, but I really like that this was in a black jar for the season of Halloween. It's a coconut blend wax and it has a wooden wick inside of it. It smells so good. So this candle actually smells like the Capri Blue candles that Anthropologie sells. I used to work at Anthropologie many years ago, and I loved the smell of their scented candles. This one has almost an identical scent to that, so I can't wait to light it, and I'm super excited to mix it in with my Halloween decor since it comes in that black jar. Next up from HomeGoods is this set of 3 LED ghost candles. These are battery operated, so I love that you can just turn these on and off easily. And I'm thinking of probably placing these on top of my mantle, probably in a set of 3 like this, maybe in like a wooden dough bowl. But if you have maybe 3 different heights of pillar candles, you can also maybe place one of these on each different height of your pillar candles and style those on your entryway console table. These actually flicker a little bit. I also really love that since they aren't real candles, they're not gonna burn down, so I can use these year after year. But I just think they're really cute, and I was happy to see them at HomeGoods. Another thing that I love to do in my kitchen for Halloween is to layer in cutting boards. And I have a lot of wooden cutting boards. I usually like to layer in a marble piece and switch that out based on the season. So I found this one at HomeGoods and I just had to grab it. I thought it was so cool. I like that it has this mother of pearl detail in the teeth, has a little bit of mosaic kind of feel in the eyes and the nose. This would be really great to use for entertaining, of course, but it's also great to have all season long out, just layered in with your regular wooden cutting boards. You can also, of course, lay it flat, maybe style your salt and pepper shaker on it. It's solid marble, so it is heavy, and it's footed. It has a 3 feet on the bottom. I love HomeGoods for interesting, affordable pieces like this. Again, they just help me to just refresh my space in an easy way that doesn't require a lot of storage. So I also really love that this is just flat. I like to think about that a lot when it comes to decor. How am I gonna store this? Is this functional? So a lot of what I try to buy are things that are functional, aesthetic, and that you can store them really easily, and this one fit the bill. So that is it for today. I really hope that you enjoyed coming shopping with me. I hope that you enjoyed the haul and all the styling tips I gave you in this video. If you learned something new or if you plan to implement one of these into your own Halloween decor this season, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It's a free way to support my channel, and I'd love to hear about what you're gonna do. So please drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking and maybe what item was your favorite. If you did like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and turn on that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Take care.